Hi Professor. So our topic for the presentation is the sentiment analysis, and we have used the Reddit data for the sentiment analysis. So I am going to share our code which we have created in a Python Jupyter notebook. So first of all, here we are doing the sentiment analysis on a Reddit news headline with Python's neural language toolkit, and here we are using the API through which we can fetch the live data. So first of all, to fetch the live data, we have created our account in a Reddit, and by creating an account here, we can navigate to the revit.com, and after having the developer site and all these things, we are getting this screen. So this key is represents the client key ID, and this one is the secret ID. So this will be used in our Jupyter notebook code to get the Reddit news live data. And here we are using the pro. So first of all, like, what is the pro? PRAW. So this we need to create to use this Reddit raw is basically a Reddit API wrapper to look through politics subreddit headlines. So we'll get the updated or latest live headlines using this pro. And let's go to the next steps. Here you can see we have used the client ID and the client secret and the user agent, which I already shown you on a Reddit application. And here if we don't duplicate, we cannot duplicate the headlines when we'll run the multiple time. That's why we are using this headlines equals to set. And now the major part comes here. Like, here we are getting the 961, so which is basically we are iterating over the news post in politics, and by setting the limit to none. So here basically we can get it up to the 1000, but just we are receiving the 961 headlines. Pros is basically it does a lot of work for us. It lets us use really simple interface while it handles a lot of tasks in the background. And unfortunately, without some more advanced tricks, we cannot go more than 1000 results, since Reddit cuts off at that point. And here we have used as I told you, we are using the natural language toolkit, so which is used for labeling our data. It's adds a building weather sentiment analyzer to simply give a rank to a text as a positive, negative, or a neutral. And we can utilize this by first creating a sentiment intensity analyzer, which is basically a SIA. And here you can see, here we can see the data is divided into the negative, neutral, and the positive with the compound value. So what we are doing here from this data set, we can easily summarize is like using the compound value. Now in the future, the data which is which has a compound value which is greater than 0.2 will assign the label 1, which means the positive. The data which has a value less than minus 0.2 will assign the label -1, which is negative, and the in between data will assign as a neutral. So this is and this final file will export into the CSV, and that will be used in the future also. Like, here is the dataset info, like what are the positive headlines and the negative headlines, and how many numbers of data are there, like 403 neutral, 330 negative, and 228 positive, and this is the percentage of it. And we have created a plot also. So this data will use next in to upload in the Azure Blob storage, and all the Azure steps will be explained by Jigni. Jigni, over to you.
Thanks, Anjani. Hello, Professor. Anjani presented how we fetch the Reddit dataset. Next we built an architecture about a Reddit dataset. Firstly, we call API in a Python code and generate a CSV file. This CSV file uploaded in Azure Blob storage. This is like we design a pipeline. We design a pipeline in the Azure Data Factory, which is copy data from Azure Blob storage to Azure SQL database. After that, using a query editor to visualize our data, then our code for processing purpose we uploaded in Azure Machine Learning Studio, and then our output imaging in Power BI platform. Ajni will explain how to visualize our data in Power BI. Anjani, over to you.
Yes. Thank you, Jigni. A very well explanation as we did all the processes in the Power BI. So here you can see the final visualization screen which we have done in the Power BI. So initially we have uploaded our CSV file from the Azure to here in the Power BI, and here right now we are using the Power BI desktop. So this is basically our dataset .csv, and here what visualization you can see they created. So first of all, this is this in the screen we have total 961 count of headlines, and here is a list of headlines here, which we can see. So in here we can select, we have right now we have selected all the headlines, but if you want to select any particular headline, so we can select any individual headline. So here the list of count has changed, and according to that it is showing the sentiment type, which is 0, and this is showing the yellow one, which is neutral, and these are the main words. And if we select again, so we can select the number of counts or the headlines has been changed. Here we have used the cloud word, so we just have to mouse over on this word. So if we mouse over this and it will show the number of counts. Suppose the republications in our data set, we have 63 times republications word has been used. Similarly we can mouse over and we can just figure it out, like how many. We can click on any particular word also. If we suppose we click on a save, so it is showing the number of count as 11, and now the count of headlines is also changed to the 11. And here you can see here, okay, four number of times the save word comes into the positive, and 4 times it is showing, it is having the neutral sentences also. So we'll go back again to our main screen. Here we have used the label data. So in this graph, in the visualization, we can see the type of a graph. So this is the donut chart, and donut chart represents the number of counts and how many times it's present here. So suppose label 0 is present as 395, and similarly the digits we can see here 337. So we can click on any of the label also. Suppose if we are if we click on a -1, then the count will be changed automatically, as we have 337 label, and the headlines will show the -1 headlines only, and the list of words will also contains which comes into the negative. Similarly it applies to each and every other scenarios also. Let we click again the negative. Here for our simplicity we have used, like we have added the symbol like negative, neutral and positive. The color are matching. Suppose the green one is showing the -1, the yellow one is showing the neutral. So again, if we click on this, and the data will change according to our selection. So this is very user friendly data view, and we have already published this also using this button. And yes, so and finally we have pushed our data into the GitHub. So let me show you the data which I have shared in the GitHub. Will share the link also with you. So here we have added the readme file also to explain the initial steps what we did for the Reddit, and what's our data which I have used. So this is basically a Python file, and after that we have processed the CSV file which is generated after this Python file in the Azure. So Jigni has explained all the steps about the Azure Blob storage and the Azure Data Center SQL and everything. and after that we have created the visualization. This is just a picture which you have used here. So yeah, this we have completed the sentiment analysis and the architecture which is provided by you. So yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Mm.